I bought my dream shop, and I guess it came with a house. So let's talk about it. Now, this is a video that I wasn't expecting to make because I wasn't expecting to buy a house. Or a shop. Here was my situation. I was renting a house and a shop in different locations. My house lease was coming to an end, and so was my shop. My shop was located in a Garage of Texas facility, which is considered a luxury garage condo compound. Now, you may have heard of these luxury garage condos because honestly, they've become super popular within the last 2 years. And if you're looking to expand your garage space, it's definitely something to consider because I had zero regrets. The people that I've met, the garages I've seen, the insane amount of build-outs and Porsche collectors, the shop was amazing. I just simply outgrew it, which I knew eventually was bound to happen. The shop was 1,050 square feet on the first floor, and on the second floor, which was the mezzanine area, it was 350 square feet. My landlord was amazing. I really had zero problems at the facility, but the car projects keep growing, which means I need more space. After my first day of touring the houses that I was looking to rent, the outcome wasn't looking too good. So I went home, I sat on the couch, and I looked at HAR, and I just dabbled with the possibility of what if I find a house that supposedly has a shop on the property. I really didn't know that places like this existed until I found this house, and I was truly shocked. So I went to tour it the same day. I fell in love the first second I stepped onto the property, as if the photos didn't already convince me. And within that same week, without touring any other houses, I put an offer on the house. It's honestly been a dream of mine to have your house and the shop on the same property, almost like a compound. And as y'all know, Adam LZ has one of the coolest compounds out there, and that to me is the end goal. But here, I have my mini compound. Now, there has been memes going around that every car enthusiast's dream is to have a house and a garage that are the same size, if not having the garage bigger. My house is 2,700 square feet, and it's actually a kid home. And the shop, on the other hand, well, it's 2,700 square feet for the first floor. And upstairs is another 2,000 square feet. That means that the shop is 4,700 square feet. That means it's 2,000 square feet more than the house. And when I showed the house to my parents, well, they thought I was crazy. I honestly thought that at this point in my life, I wasn't ready to buy my dream house, and I honestly didn't think it was that attainable until I found this place. The price was perfect, the garage was perfect, the house was perfect. I couldn't not get it. It was literally just walking into my dream house. I mean, can you look at it? Like, waking up to this view every morning, seeing all the cars lined up from my bedroom window, it still feels surreal. And like I said, the house is a kid house, so if you guys do want to see a little house tour, just let me know. And if you want to skip ahead and just see the shop tour, I have everything bookmarked in the bio. But let's talk about the shop. I would say at this point, I am pretty knowledgeable in metal buildings, and that's partially because I've already been in this house for about a month, partially with my experience with this garage, and partially because I watched 8 to 10 hours of YouTube videos on them. So my shop is a 30-foot by 90-foot metal building, and there are different types of metal buildings determined by what material it's made out of. My shop is a red pole building. The material that the metal building is made out of also determines how much it's going to cost to build the building itself. It also determines how much it's going to be to put in insulation, whether it's open cell, closed cell. That all determines how much it's going to be to put the spray foam in there. So before getting your own metal building, definitely do your research on what you want out of the building itself, whether you want to put in a second floor, whether you want to insulate it, whether you want to put AC in it. Everything really matters in the long run, so definitely plan out your metal building. So I would say 3 years ago, these metal buildings were essentially dirt cheap compared to what the pricing is now. Now, this specific building was a 30 by 45 building originally, but the previous owner actually extended it by doubling it. 3 years ago, about half of this building would have cost him around 30 to 50 grand to build, and now that same building will probably cost you anywhere between 45 to 60 grand to build. If you want to build this 30-foot by 90-foot building now and finish it out, it will cost you anywhere between 80 to 120,000 depending on exactly how much you want to build out. If you want to frame it, if you want to drywall it, if you want to plywood it, if you want to insulate it, and how much you want to insulate it, whether you just want to put spray foam or you also want to put in that pink insulation as well in between your framing. All that matters, and all that can become super costly very quickly. Weatherproofing this metal pole building is difficult. There are holes on top of holes on top of holes, and you'll keep finding holes where insects are coming out of. I have spiders, geckos, all different types of bugs, definitely a lot of wasp nests that are in this building right now, and I'm actively trying to bug proof it. On top of that, if you're gonna be in a rural area, chances are you're not gonna have fiber. Luckily, there is fiber being built into my area, but currently I am stuck with Starlink. So let me explain my thoughts on Starlink. Being in a rural area, you don't have a lot of internet providers out here, and you definitely don't have access to fiber easily. Now, being that I am a content creator and I'm constantly uploading tons of terabytes of footage and I'm also a gamer. I play a lot of Call of Duty. I need good internet. So yes, I'm currently suffering with Starlink, but the alternative is a lot worse. I'm talking, if I didn't get Starlink, the internet provider would have given me 30 download and 5 upload. I couldn't even download a Call of Duty update even if I wanted to. So yes, I got Starlink, which gives me 250 download and 25 upload, which is pretty solid compared to the alternative. I'm lucky enough to have fiber being built in currently, so hopefully I will be getting that up and running within the next couple of months if they don't get delayed. But enough of me talking. If you guys have any more questions about the metal building or about the house, just let me know in the comments and I'll touch on it on the next video. Let's go to the shop. All right, so coming in from the door, there's really bad lighting in here right now, so that's something that I have to add in later. So the lift is already installed, but I can't put a car there because the office is blocking it. So all these parts are gonna be cleared out tonight because the renovation begins literally after I finish recording this tour. All right, so these stairs are actually gonna be removed. There's another set of stairs over in the back. So if you notice, the ceilings are pretty low up here. I'm 5'3" and well, yeah. This is all spray insulation and I'm gonna be painting this black and hopefully I get that done tonight. The deadline for the shop renovation is literally in 6 days, so I really hope I finish all this. Everything y'all see here is actually gonna be removed. So from this point all the way over to where that opening is all gonna be gone. I also wanna shade down some of the insulation on the ceiling to just flatten it out before we begin painting because I think it looks kind of like tumor-y looking. I'm honestly a little worried that we're not gonna have all this done in time because it is a lot and I do plan on doing most of this myself. And I'm learning how to do all of this myself. I'm learning how to paint the ceiling. I'm learning how to put up plywood. I really love how the previous owners put up the second level because it brings a lot of square footage to the area. And it's perfect part storage. They built all this shelving in and it's perfect for what I need. I'm gonna be putting all the car parts that I've been hoarding for all the cars here. And this is the perfect space for the merchandise, so all the merch is gonna be packed here. And trust me, there's a lot of parts. Like, I'm pretty sure I can fill up this entire area in car parts alone. Over here is where the AXM garage merch is gonna be packed, so there's gonna be a bunch of desks up. I do plan on finishing these floors. I think I'm just gonna put in laminate. I put laminate flooring up in the previous shop that I had, and it looked really good, plus it was affordable. So over here, we have a second set of stairs, which also go down to the offices. All right, so we're back over to the first level. Obviously, all my stuff is being shoved into the offices right now because I gotta clear the area for the demolition. So the previous owner had a woodworking business, so he left these up, which will be nice because I plan on making this area the detailing area. We've got double doors here and these things will perfectly limit the area so that no water will get into this side, but I am gonna have to like fill it up a little bit because I am worried that when you're using a pressure washer that water will get in here. I'm also gonna have a really sick detailing area thanks to Jack's Wax. You're gonna be sending me a bunch of like new products and wall mounts and organizers. Over here is gonna be the GameCube, or at least that's what I like to call it. This is gonna be the chill out area for when I have friends over. I'm gonna have 3 computer setups that are gaming setups. Also, the lighting in here is absolutely impeccable. I'm so happy the previous owner invested in good lighting because it looks great on camera. Over here is gonna be the TV as well as all the video game consoles. You even have like a little window that you can talk to somebody when they're detailing. I broke it. I might not be using this as often as I thought. But yeah, all in all, I've always dreamt about having like a really sick gaming setup. So what's separating the GameCube from the offices is this opening right here, which I kind of want to put some type of clear door where you can slide it, but I still want you to be able to see it. That's why I wanted like a kind of a glass finish here. I'm gonna be putting all my collectibles in this room. So the Ferrari piston's gonna go here, the Charles Leclerc's helmet, all of that is gonna be displayed over in the GameCube. So obviously it's stuffed right now, so it's kind of hard to gauge the size of the room, but there's space underneath the stairs, there's space all around here with cabinetry built in. I'm gonna try to make some type of custom cabinets so I get some more storage because that's the one thing I was really lacking was storage and lifts, because having one kind of gets annoying at times when you have multiple projects going on at once. And if y'all know me, I have 10 projects going on at once. I also forgot to show y'all one extra room that is actually connected to the GameCube. I actually plan on sealing this wall off because I plan on making this the painting room over there. And I don't want the fumes getting into the GameCube where people are hanging out. So in here is a little shed. So this is gonna be the painting room. He already put in all these AC units over at the sides of the walls, so it's well ventilated, which is perfect. So back over to the offices, this door over here is where the demo is gonna be finished. So from this door on is all gonna be gone. So since the previous owner built out this area, he actually put plenty of outlets, quite literally everywhere. Like, I'm talking every 2 feet, including the ceilings. He put in little doggy doors over at each side of the walls so his previous dog was able to go through the entire shop building, which I think is super cute, even though my dogs will not be allowed in this area because there's way too much dust and metal shards and stuff going on. I am so excited for all of this renovation to be done because I honestly really miss working on the cars. Right before I moved into the shop, it was really difficult. I was doing a bunch of installs every single day, and I'm talking like big installs, and I got really tired. But now that I'm not getting my hands on a car, it feels like I'm missing something. I have a really cool project in the works for the S14. I plan on redoing the Sylvia completely, including doing a custom wiring harness. The Sylvia project is gonna be happening in June, so here's to hoping y'all are gonna be seeing a bunch of videos about that. Since all of this is gonna be wiped out, this is actually gonna become a mezzanine. So if you saw that little opening upstairs, it's now gonna be looking over the first floor. So when you're up there, you can just peek over the mezzanine and see all the cars being worked on. It's gonna look super rad.